We know we're up against the best teams in the country. We're going to go compete.
No Bournemouth team's ever made it out of the group.
We need to be ruthless.
It's national finals weekend for the under-16s. This squad looks to qualify for the knockouts for the very first time.
What I will really emphasise is a mentality and a collectiveness as a group throughout the whole course of the weekend. There's a whole family togetherness of this whole weekend, not just the 11 that are starting.
Enjoy it, boys, and make sure we start the warm-up nice and bright. If we're going to have a good weekend, it starts from the warm-up. So make sure we're ready to go, have a good warm-up, then we're nice and bright going into the game. Enjoy it.
I'm going to say, boys, I'm not going to say loads, but 16s that were last year, you know how good of an opportunity it is. 15s. This is massive. We're gutted that this started last year. I'm gutted that I'm not playing. You boys need to be up for this. First game sets a tone. Sets the tone for the whole weekend. But just go as a team. Should be really excited.
Tom was obviously going to be disappointed that he couldn't play. And we spoke to him on the way up and we said, what sort of role do you want to play? So we gave him a bit of ownership with it. We gave him the opportunity to be almost a coach for the weekend. Obviously going back to our purpose around developing better people and life-changing experiences. For him, he's never would have done that before.
Becoming injured and not being able to participate in the tournament itself, naturally is going to test his character and his resilience, and he was, a great leader and great example for the players.
The under-16s go into the finals with their captain ruled out, but with an extra voice on the sidelines. There's a feeling of excitement ahead of their group opener.
The club is probably transitioned from a few years previous from my experiences, and expectations are now different. We definitely need to be competitive. Naturally, at under 16-15 football, winning or losing is important, but is it the be all and end all, or is it about developing players? I think there's probably a middle line there that we try and strike with the boys. So there's definitely a big element of principles we'd like to see and a certain way we'd like to go about the games. But overall, making sure we're competitive, in and out of possession. So they would be the key things for me.
Yes, Zach Christie! There you are, Zach! There you go. This is another moment, that's another moment.
Look at their setup, what would you do?
I think we'd be better maybe switching with having two up front.
Okay.
Because these two centre mids are so high, the pocket in here is massive.
Yeah.
So that's the ball. And then he's good to secure it and we've our second man.
Yeah.
But I think if we have a 4-4-2 from a static and then we can switch.
Okay.
Boys, be calm, hydrate, get your fluids on board, relax. Good 20 minutes. Get your fluids on, just have a little walk over. Listen boys, you're up against a good side. They're going to have certain moments. There's a couple of key changes. All right, we're going to change shape slightly. Kelvin, you're going to come on from the right. Joe Spence from the left, with Dalen Leland as the two. All right, they're the changes. I fancy us go on and get a goal and win the game. Do you believe in it?
Yeah.
Let's go then, let's go. Forward run, Joe! Forward run, Joe!
Go, Kelv! Drive!
Next action, Kelv!
The Cherries go behind with just minutes remaining in the first group game. It ends in narrow defeat. Despite chances at both ends, a late single goal gives Tottenham all 3 points.
What's really, really important emotionally off the back of the last game? Yeah. 100%. What's next? What can we control? What's next? Right, the last game is gone now. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so first of all, our pressing was really, really good. Massive well done. We look to change shape on paper into our 4-4-2 press, and I'll come on to that in a moment. But it's really, really important we are on the front foot again. Remember, we want to press first, but we also want to play first.
Obviously, last game, got nothing from it. At the end of the day, it is a tournament and we want to go far. All right, so today, this last game, we want points out of it. All right, we can't go in tomorrow with no points. Because tomorrow's a game that I know we're going to win. All right, we need a point from today. So improvements from last game, I thought we were a little bit off the press, like tiny bit. First game needs to be a bit sharper. All right, so pick that up. Guys, a team, boys, all right? 3 points. Come on.
Stick together.
Let's go, lads.
Come on, faster!
Leeds take an early lead. A big blow for Bournemouth. If the Cherries lose, they will be eliminated from the tournament.
Tight.
Relax, Aidan. Take time.
Bossy, be aware. Yes! Get in there.
Come on!
What's probably quite exciting as well is I still think we've got more to come. I can still see it, I can smell it in you, and slight improvement with our ruthlessness on the break, and we scored the 3 goals, but I still think we can go another level with it. You know, yes, we've pressed up high, we've forced a lot of turnovers in the first 2 games. The challenge is, can we show a little bit more quality when it does flip over? But great mentality, great resilience, like you said, Vossi, to come from losing the first goal, and let's enjoy tonight. Going into the Everton game, we had the, I guess, fortunate position where we watched Leeds play Tottenham the game before ours. That was a draw, which meant we, going into the Everton game, knew that if we drew the game, we would come out as group winners.
Yes, boys, come on!
Just a point in the final group stage game will see the Cherries progress. A club first at under 16 level.
Knowing what it was last year where we didn't get out of the group, it was amazing to see the boys really have a good chance of going through into the next round.
Tommy! No fun. Jake! Great quality! Jake! Brilliant, Jake! Come on, get in! Don't worry about that! Yes. Go, Dave!
actually a point and we topped the group. If we lost that game, you were bottom and you went out. It was that tight. So there's other sides of the game that are really, really important. Yeah, I thought they really handled the pressure and made the game difficult for Everton, and ultimately in the end keeping a clean sheet and then a point was exactly what we needed to top the group.
Yeah, I'd just say, boys, obviously not the prettiest game of football. Pitch probably didn't help that. But one thing historically with all Bournemouth teams in the academies is we've been labelled as nice. So I think the fact that you boys are changing that narrative is massive. It's different ways to win football matches. To show the resilience and show that hunger as a group at your age, I think was really, really good. So yeah, really proud of the way we've applied ourselves, because as I say, you can change that narrative with your attitudes and your performances.
Nice to watch a team that's tough to play against, and that's what you were. Like, not pretty, didn't look nice, but all tough to play against, real good. And then like the togetherness, cheering every time Will caught the ball, everything was like, you know what, this is a team you want to be in. It's like, that's nice to watch, right? Pleasing.
What you would have seen from a Bournemouth team in those tournaments previously is probably fold under the pressure of you're playing a bigger team, you're playing some deemed better players, so we would have seen us fold under the pressure. This year we see a group of boys who really wanted to flip the game on its head. They gave themselves the chance to top the group from the work they did in that second game.
As the calendar year comes to a close, there's a chance for the development squad to reap the benefits of being within the Black Knight football group. 4 youth players from partner club Kyoto Sanga have joined the development squad on a training programme.
It came about quite left field actually, from a mutual associate we had between the clubs, and rather than it being a financial investment that we have within our multi-club group that Bill has obviously with the French club Lorient, Hibernian and Auckland, it's more of just a complete partnership, whereas we can exchange ideas, thought processes around academy players, and they were so excited to bring a couple of the players over and train with our academy, and having watched a few of the sessions and our Connell's feedback on them, they were very good players. The level was really high. The technical ability of these boys was excellent. The attitudes were second to none. You talk about working hard and attitude, they were so respectful and they wanted to just work hard every day, very appreciative, a really kind culture, and we want to repay them by hopefully sending some of our boys over there and sending some staff to go and experience what it's like in Japan, a completely different way of life, different culture, but it's still football at the end of the day. So we're excited to be able to exchange ideas, and we were very grateful for them to visit.
Meanwhile, back at Vitality Stadium, injuries to first team players have given an opportunity for some of the development squad to push for Premier League football.
In terms of our relationship with the first team, we're really fortunate. It's a very close relationship. We're lucky to share the pavilion with them in terms of under 21 staff, so it makes that daily communication really easy for us. And since the gaffer's arrived at the club, he's shown a real interest in us, and he's taken time to explain the way he sees the game. And, he's watched some of our fixtures back with us, which was a real privilege and a real lucky opportunity for us as staff. So, as I say, we're really fortunate with the time and the energy they give towards the under-21s.
I love the enthusiasm of the young players. When you are a young player, you receive the news that you are going to train with the first team. You are ready to give everything, to train with the intensity required, to not to make mistakes, to keep your focus, and sometimes these are things that are very good for our overall trainings. You have players ready to play whatever position we need. Probably sometimes it's not their preferred position, but they adapt, they are willing to, if they are on the ball, if they are without the ball, if they are going to be involved fully, if they are only going to be involved partially. But they are ready to do all these things, and for a manager to have this kind of help, I think is very, very useful.
Welcome to Craven Cottage and Solent Sports commentary of AFC Bournemouth for the final time in 2024. Let's see, shall we, if we can bring you one final victory in 2024. It is a tall order because Andoni Iraola's squad is down to the bare bones. Ben Winterburn, 20 years of age, never played for the first team. Max Kinsey, 19 years of age, never played for the first team. Archie Harris, just 19 years of age, the left back from the academy. And for the first time, Remy Rees-Dotton, 18-year-old attacking player, again involved in a matchday squad for the first time, a special moment for him today.
If I look back at the fundamentals I thought younger players had to have stepping up to first team when I was in the team under Eddie, and I kind of knew what beliefs Eddie instilled into me as a player, and it was hard work and attitude first and foremost. So when younger players would come up, it would be the first thing that I would notice, especially as captain, and I wouldn't necessarily tell them, but I'd wait to see if that was what they were going to apply that day in training, and more often than not they did. I think they knew coming through the Bournemouth Academy and having worked with Sean Cooper in the academy, Tommy Elphick obviously of recent years, and Al Connell, they had always instilled those beliefs from Eddie as well from day one. So we have a lot of fantastic attitudes within the academy, the boys that come up, none more so than Ben Winterburn, and I think Andoni has the same beliefs, absolutely, in that if you're going to step up, the first thing you're going to have to do is work hard.
Ultimately, our goal is to get our players, as in our under-21s, in our first team. That is the ultimate goal. So to see someone like Ben impact the first team as he has, and being asked to be aggressive in his pressing, and it wouldn't have been a surprise to Ben. So it's vital that we understand what our role is and make sure we prepare our players as best we can, because the next step here for us is a huge one, to go from our 21s to a first team squad that we have is a big jump.
As Ben Winterburn makes his first team debut, Bournemouth are 2-1 down in a crucial Premier League match. Winterburn has a chance to help rescue a point.
Ben is a player that I value very highly. He has, attitude-wise, everything you can ask for a player. He's ready to give everything he has. He tries to stay always focused, understand what the team needs in every moment. Remember that moment when we had the chance to give him the first minutes, when we were behind, losing 2-1 against Fulham. We needed some energy from the bench, and I think Ben is the right player for asking to give you energy, no? And I think, I don't know if he expected or not, but I think he was very energetic. He helped us. He was quite calm, and he did what he's doing every day in trainings with us, and luckily we finished tying the game. 2-2 was an important point. Sometimes you receive your first minutes because you have the game, you're winning 4-5-0, and then okay, there is a chance for the manager to give you some rewards, but it wasn't the case with Ben. He really deserved to play in that day, yes.
Ben, your professional and Premier League debut here in the 2-2 draw with Fulham at Craven Cottage. How are you feeling?
Yeah, over the moon. Yeah, can't put into words how I feel. Yeah, it's a dream come true, something I've been wanting to do. As you train, you get up to their standard, or you have to, in a way. So I feel like it definitely prepared me, and the lads again were brilliant with, welcoming me, and yeah, so it felt comfortable coming onto the pitch, nerves, but to be a tiny part in a goal that led to a good point was, really proud.
I think as a young player you have to sacrifice a lot of things without any guarantee that you will receive the reward. At the end, football is very hard sometimes. It's competitive. A lot of young players have the same dream, and sometimes you lose a lot of time with your friends, with your family, the weekends. You arrive late at night and you have to do your homework after, and I think we've all gone through that process, and you have to be fully committed, and that's why it's so nice, when someone that coming through the young teams made their debut or receive the reward. I think you have to really appreciate it.
I think a young player has to sacrifice whatever it takes to get to the top. Players that have played at the top level or Premier League level, they would say they gave up a lot of their spare time at younger ages by dedicating nearly all of their time to football.
This club was built on building people up, and I truly believe that. So the opportunity to utilise people who have played for the club and people who have a real affinity to the club is 100% the right thing to do. You have to use those ties to the club. Like, you look at our motto of together anything is possible, and those people really buy into that motto.
When I first came here, I think it's 10 years ago this season, but up until now the club's obviously made massive strides in the right direction. I think now if you see what's going on around here in terms of the development of the new training ground, I know there's obviously talks of a new stadium and stuff like that. When I first arrived here, the pavilion wasn't up yet. So we was training at Camford School, which was obviously different. Growing up at West Ham and then going to Burnley, who had their own training grounds. It's obviously different, but great memories then as well. Great first season in the Championship and obviously progressed and got promoted to the Premier League. And now obviously where the club is, you can just see it going from strength to strength. So like we're saying, the facilities being built, the academy all the way down, all the way up to the 21s. You can see the levels there. Walking around the new facility is brilliant. So yeah, now it's here. Hopefully it can continue to grow.
Great take, Sills, you love it. Great weight, George.
We've done really well in the past of having an ex-pro and a career coach joined up with the 18s and 21s. So obviously James Lowe's a career coach and Junior's an ex-pro, and we've got the same with the development squad with Alan Connell and Tom Perdomo. So when the opportunity came to bring Junior into the club, I think it was a no-brainer for everyone.
I think you can definitely see that he's got a great relationship with the players. I think they respond really well from him. I think they try and lean on his experiences as much as possible from him as a player.
And the time he had out towards the end of his career with injuries, I think that's when he started thinking about the next phase, and we spoke about it a lot, and I always said that you'd be very valuable to come into the academy and coach. I don't think he initially first thought about it, because I don't think players do until they come right to the end of the career, but now he's in it. I think he's got probably the slight addiction that these coaches have, that they just want to be on the grass every day and trying to improve younger players. And for me, a player like Junior Stanislas, there couldn't be a better coach to help the younger players, especially in those positions, the wide areas, the younger boys that we're bringing through like Remy and Ash Clark. I think Junior could be a great mentor to them.
For me at the moment, I'm learning. I've only been in for probably the last 10 months maybe. So every day is a journey for me. I'm learning every single day, and I just hope to gain experience, gain momentum, learn more, and then hopefully I can obviously climb up and work within a first team environment, which is what I want.
Quick changeovers, in and out, Silsy, yeah?
From Eddie, spent the most amount of time with him. He's relentless, he's energetic, he's demanding, he's intense, always demands high standards of everyone. The work rate, the intensity always has to be there. And those were on a daily basis as well. So I think over the course of maybe being with him for 8 years, those become ingrained in you. And then when you're obviously taking sessions, you demand the same, similar from the boys as well. So I've definitely picked up a lot of those habits, and hopefully can pass them on to the boys. So I think they're fundamentals if kids want to go on and have a good career. I think attitude, work rate, intensity, desire, commitment, all of those things have to be ever present.
Next time.
In a quarter-final of a national tournament.
And you could see how much it meant to the group with the celebrations.
Penalties is a lottery.
I will rise, I will shine, I will sing this song. I will make it through, I know. I will win up the prize, let us sing this song. We will make it through, I know. I will rise, I will shine, I will sing this song.